Hello, this is Howard, teaserking, coming to you with week 10 of the pro football. And got some real good picks going for this week. I had Minnesota yesterday. Dog, I still question very few teams can be road favorites in this league. Interesting game, Green Bay, Philly. You got Green Bay with Aaron Rodgers, 10-point favorites, and now they're 1.5. You got to like Philadelphia in this game. As bad as Philadelphia is, Seneca Wallace is terrible, which means they got to either hand off the ball to Eddie Lacy or these little short passes, probably to Jordy Nelson. Philadelphia, with Nick Foles, is a much better quarterback than Vic, and he'll put points on the board. I don't know if Philly will win. It's very hard to win at Green Bay, but to go to Oakland and put up, 50 points, you're doing something right. That's still an NFL team, so I don't really understand why Green Bay's favorite in the game was Seneca Wallace. I don't know what he's doing in the league, but he's certainly not a good quarterback, and there's a huge drop-off. I was hoping Green Bay would get Matt Flynn. I don't know why they're not, and he already knows the system and is a good backup. Anyway, I definitely like Philadelphia there getting the points. That's crazy. I really don't get that. Next game we got Carolina at Frisco. Frisco Lane, 6 points. I like Frisco. There's not a huge trend there. Frisco at home is a very strong play. Carolina as a road dog is okay, nothing special. But I really like Frisco at home in this. I think it'll be a fairly close game, but I'm not comfortable going against Frisco with the Carolina. Carolina has a good defense, but just the whole idea of traveling to the West Coast really hurts teams. And like I said, 49ers at home are very, very strong in play, and I think they're on a rhythm now. And Carolina's just not that good. They're not in that class. They're not. 49ers are like an A team. The A teams are like Denver, Seattle, Frisco, and maybe New England when they're rolling. Indy's becoming an A team. Carolina is not an A team. And I'm only going to play an A team as a dog against San Francisco. So I'm not going to do that. Carolina should win this game, or San Francisco should win this game. They might only win by a touchdown or 10, but at the end, San Francisco will win it. Let's see. Tennessee laying 12 to Jacksonville. I mean, that's a cheap spread. I like Tennessee. They're only laying 6 in the teaser, 6.5 maybe. Blackman's gone for Jacksonville. They already had no offense. They don't have much defense. I mean, I'm sure in the locker room they don't care. Tennessee's the play here, 4-1 the last 5 at home. It's a division game. Tennessee covered at St. Louis, and I always, as a road favorite, and I always look at a team to see how they do as a road favorite to see if they're any good. And they've been covering a lot, Tennessee. It's been a good year for them, so I think the 6 points going against Jacksonville more than anything else. I would normally not trust Tennessee laying this many points, but against Jacksonville at home to only beat them by a touchdown is I think, pretty easy there. I don't know. I'm just going to comment on Pitt, Buffalo, and the Giants, Oakland. I honestly don't know what team you're getting. I mean, first of all, you got Buffalo with Jeff Toole quarterbacking, and he should have beat Kansas City if he doesn't throw a 100-yard pick six. I don't know what Pitt team's going to show up. I mean, they got New England just hammered them last week. I have no idea. I mean, I'm sitting there. Buffalo as a road dog is terrible, but Pitt has been a go-against team this year. And this is the problem I'm having with some of these teams, and this is why I'm kind of avoiding them. I honestly don't know what to do with Pitt because I don't know which team you're going to get. They got Roethlisberger's healthy. They don't have much in wide receivers, and running, and their defense, which I thought was always good, is kind of showed up pretty bad last week. Jeff Toole, he ain't going to do anything. I don't know if he'll be the quarterback or Manuel or whoever, but Buffalo's defense, I guess, is a little bit better than they show, but usually on the road, Buffalo is pretty weak. But this game to me, Pitt isn't any better. It's almost an even game, and you almost want to take Buffalo in the 9, but I honestly don't have it. Like I said, it's a game to watch, but I'm not sold that Pitt's going to. Before, this would be a lock taking Pitt, only 3 to Buffalo, but I just don't see Pitt, giving up 50 points to New England. They're a very good team. Then we go to Oakland and the Giants are 7. Again, there's not really any trends on this game. The Giants, for some reason, are not a good home favorite. I really can't figure that out, and they've never been a good home favorite. In fact, they're usually a bet against home favorite. So is Oklahoma or Oakland's like that too. They're a bet against home favorite. But in this case, I would think New York would win, but they're so bad, and I don't know why they're so bad. They're getting a little bit better. I would think New York will win this game. I mean, if you play it small, play New York minus the 1. But I honestly, I can't guarantee you New York's going to win the game. So those two teams, New York and Pitt, got really bad really quick, but they still got the name. They're overspread. I mean, the Giants, why are they 7 over anybody? So I don't see that. But like I said, if you're going to tease and you like the game, play the Giants there, I think. Another game to watch is Seattle at Atlanta. Seattle is just not a good road favorite. They just such a different team at home. And look at them last week against Tampa. What a strange week last week was. Seattle laying 14, 16 points, and they're losing 21-0 to freaking Tampa Bay. Are you kidding me? I don't know. I mean, the offensive line, the tackles are hurt, and in Atlanta, and again, if it's normal Atlanta, I'm all over Atlanta with 11.5. Remember the championship game? Atlanta was favored, and they just won it at the end over Seattle. And this is not the same Atlanta team. Atlanta's a strong go against this year, play against, but Seattle, as a road favorite, they're just, that's not their role. They're a good home team or a good dog, but not a road favorite. Again, another game, I don't think I would touch Seattle. Atlanta's terrible. It's a good game to watch. Seattle will probably win by 3 or something like that, but I mean, this is, not very good. And I'll give you one game that is pretty good is Seattle. Let's talk about Cincinnati, Baltimore. Cincinnati's laying 1.5 to Baltimore. The play in this game is the dog is 10-2. Baltimore should be favored here normally. Cincinnati, I don't think, has ever been favored in Baltimore, and Baltimore knows this. I love Baltimore as a home dog. Cincinnati showed last week. They go to Miami and they lose, and I called the game, and my friend in Ohio says, all right, how in the world did you pick against Cincinnati and you won with Miami? And I just said, Cincinnati's a lousy road favorite. Basically, you play the dog in all the Cincinnati games. When they're the dog, they're good. When they're the favorite, you bet against them. And because it didn't make sense because they'd beaten the Jets 49-9. Look how good they are. And then that's the thing. You can't look at last week. You've got to only focus on this week in the matchup. When you look at last week's, when you get in trouble, i.e. the Jets lost 49. The Jets beat New England, lose 49-9 Cincinnati, and beat New Orleans. It makes no sense. But what did you learn about the Jets? First of all, they suck on the road. Secondly, they're very good against good quarterbacks because they got a front 4 that puts pressure on them, and then the rest can cover. So they beat Brady and they beat Breeze. So if they play Denver, we don't take Denver against the Jets. If they play Green Bay with Rodgers, we don't take Green Bay. If they play the Lions and Stafford, you don't take Stafford. You don't take a passing team against the Jets. That is their strength. But against Cincinnati, and they could balance and they could run, that's their weakness. So again, you learn the teams and you look at the matchups, and obviously the Jets, they can beat Brady, and they see him twice a year, and they can beat Breeze. You don't mess with them with any really good passing. If they played San Diego, do not play San Diego as a road favorite in New York. You're going to lose. But that's okay. That's what you learn. But when you learn, you got to make sure you understand it. So that's the problem. So here, yeah, Cincinnati goes to Baltimore. Baltimore is the trend. Baltimore is the favorite. Baltimore is great at home. I know they lost last week to Cleveland. I had them plus 3.5, and I got to game one, and with 10 seconds left, they kick a field goal. Now, if you watched Stanford, Oregon yesterday, what did you learn? The field goals aren't automatic, and Stanford tries one, and gets blocked, goes for a touchdown. This is my point. I can't believe Cleveland actually kicked the field goal. Obviously, I didn't want it because I had 3.5, and they were down 3, and I would have won. But it was the point of the only way Baltimore could possibly win the game is if they got a blocked field goal and ran it back for a touchdown. But if you just would have, they could have ran around for 10 seconds, left them 5 seconds on the clock. It would have been one Hail Mary, which the guy can't throw 95 yards, and the game would have been over. And really, the only way they could have lost was a blocked field goal or the kickoff return on it. So Cleveland played it terribly, I thought. Again, getting 3.5 and you're down 3, of course you don't want him to kick it, but there's more risk than reward on that pick. Anyway, that's one of the stronger plays, Baltimore, this week. And I got a couple others that I haven't got to. One lock in there that I didn't talk about. You'll have to get that at the site. But I gave you enough because last week was just such a strange week. And I know I want to make you guys money, so I'm giving you a few more pros. Anyway, go to the site, www.teaserking.com. You can get all the package, $50. You can still get the whole year for $350, and that goes through the Super Bowl. Highly recommend that. It's just, even if you just want to check my games versus your game or anything, because I don't give all the games here. I get some games, but most of my strong ones I reserve for the site, and those are well worth the money for what you get. Anyway, good luck. I hope you guys win a lot this week. And like I said, I have a huge college. I could play 20 games in college this week, and in the pros, I think I just gave you about everybody. But anyway, it should be a really strong week, and we got to make up for last week. And it was funny. It was just wasn't too many games, so I played New Orleans twice, and still in shock over that one. But anyway, that's what happens. But even pocket aces loses, so you play your pocket aces, and I got a lot of pocket aces this week. All right, have a great weekend and good luck, and please www.teaserking.com. And if you have any questions or comments, who do you like or whatever, I'll be happy to answer that for you. Okay, have a great weekend, everybody.